Have you started? Is this
I
the beginning?
I usually clap.
Okay.
Ready? All right, guys. Look at that. Oh, that was
Yeah.
synced. Like we practiced that. Episode 15. You didn't
15.
think we would make it, neither did I. We got Fuzz, the OG, who was on the original podcast, number 1. I drove
Number
all
one
the
in
way.
your hearts. This is the first one on the road, right?
Yeah,
All right.
it
very
is.
good. We got something to go.
Yeah, actually, I put all this stuff up. Same base.
Production design is really, really good.
We hired
This
him.
guy, he
Make
had
him
people
in.
coming in here days ago, putting up knickknacks. and-
Moving stuff,
yeah.
everything. The lights. So we wanted to cheers for the
Yeah,
beginning of it
cheers.
there. There we go. Lucky 15.
Smoked old fashioned. It's your first one, right?
It is.
Yeah.
I feel like a real podcast if we're drinking on the podcast.
Yeah.
That. Sometimes
Like
we'll
Bert
do it
Kreischer
before and
over
after.
here.
Yeah. Should I take the shirt off?
Yeah, no.
Oh, well.
You remember that time you got yelled at in Florida for driving with your shirt off? We're driving down the road. We're going to play volleyball. And we're playing beach volleyball, so we don't have our shirts on. This lady pulls up to Joe. No, it was an old guy, right? He was a guy, whatever.
I don't
He
remember.
winds the windows down, looks at Joe, and goes, "Hey, put your shirt on!" Just fucking floors it off.
Drives off. And I was like, I mean, I did deserve it, right? Like, he was probably looking over like, look at them tits. Ah, it's a dude.
Yeah.
Like, he was probably
Yeah.
that upset.
A little homophobe. Yeah. He didn't like
We should
that
have
he liked
invited
it.
him to the volleyball. He could have seen the boobs bouncing.
Oh man, slow mo. Anyway, what do we got tonight?
Anyways, so John here has the Yinzer Golf page, right? He is a YouTube famous star. Everybody's famous compared to me and my 65 followers now, so subscribers. I don't know, what do you call them?
Subscribers on YouTube, yeah.
Okay.
Followers on Instagram.
They're following me, though.
Assholes on TikTok, right?
Well, you lost just 4 of them there, then, I guess. I think that's how it is in TikTok.
That's about all of them.
Yeah. So yeah, he has Yinzer Golf on YouTube, Instagram,
TikTok,
Facebook,
actually.
the TikTok.
Yeah.
He's got all the ticking and the talking going.
Yeah.
So visit there for more. Maybe he'll start his own podcast after I've inspired him here. He's already got the
can't be
setup
that hard.
now. Yeah, just brought the camera, really. He did all the lighting.
Yeah.
He knows the guy.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about some golf stuff, see if he can get me into golf.
It is a big weekend for golf. It's Masters weekend. This is Masters Friday. Hopefully we can post this tomorrow, right? In
Whenever
time
you
for the
want.
weekend. Yeah.
Whenever you want.
So Masters is a huge golf tournament in the golf world. It's the first major of the year, coming out of the winter when you're miserable, you're seasonally depressed, and all of a sudden you're listening to the birds chirp and you're watching the grass grow, and people just happen to be playing golf out there. And to me, there's not a better weekend in the world.
Is that what they call it?
For me, that's just how I feel about it.
Hey, remember when I said a while back we can post this whenever you want?
Mm-hmm.
It's not posted until next weekend. So
Okay,
I lied.
never mind.
They already know the
You'll
winners.
who won.
They already know who won. I'm sure all of 65 of them they know.
Mm-hmm.
Doug knows. Doug was watching, I'm sure. Doug has watched every one and
Because
commented
he's
on it.
bored as shit.
He's living in the sticks.
Yeah.
Just how does he have internet on a tree?
He bought Starlink. He's a bad
Oh, that's
liberal.
right, Doug. You got the Starlink hooked up to the solar
Yeah.
panel. I
Yep.
saw it.
Yep.
How many solar panels do you need to power Starlink? Who would know that? Doug knows that. Got to have him on the podcast and he'll have to tell me.
Call
He said
Elon.
like June.
June he's going to come on?
He told me,
Okay.
but now he said maybe not. So I'll have to go out to New Mexico, Arizona, California, or again
Right.
to visit
I
him.
think he's in Arizona.
Is he?
Yeah.
Does he stay there though?
As much as he stays anywhere, I guess.
Okay. Well, Doug's as famous as we are. He just doesn't exist here
Right.
in the podcast.
Yeah.
So I was going to go over some golf
Dog stuff.
dog stuff
Got
first.
it.
Yes.
Got it.
He's made the golf dog videos. I'm never going to get through it. It's okay.
Have another
They
one.
know who I am. Right, cheers. We're starting it off well. If you haven't seen the golf dog videos, they're amazing. They're very funny.
Can we play it now?
Ready? Play it. 1, 2, 3.
my God, can I pet your dog?
Please don't. He's working.
Your swing isn't working.
He'll find it. Find it. Find it. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. That was the first one.
Yeah. Oh, we weren't going to play all of them there?
Oh, all of them?
I don't know.
Clap again.
Just want the one?
Clap again.
Oh, two?
That's in the water.
Nah. Pretty sure it got over.
I saw it splash.
Yeah, I think it skipped.
Okay.
Bandit will find it.
Find it.
See, no problem.
I can't believe that's not in the water. Dude, Bandit is soaking wet.
Yeah, it's hot out. He probably just took a dip. Now you watched all of them.
It would be funny if I don't.
I'm sure it was incredible. You probably skipped 90% of that.
Yeah, you did. It's okay. I was involved in both. One, for sure.
There's
the
like
second
five,
one?
there's like 5 good ones now.
Wow. I was involved in only the good ones. So
Right.
the bad ones I wasn't. We also did the caddy videos together. I played the character of his caddy.
Yeah.
You have to go.
That's your caddy. That's your caddy bib.
That's my uniform back
Yeah,
there. Look
yeah.
at that. So anyways, you have to go to the page, check those out.
Right.
So you're big into golf, I've heard. I've
yeah.
heard you have a thing with golf.
Oh, yeah.
So if you, right now, for me and all of my 65 viewers who don't watch golf probably,
Sure.
other than Doug, could you convince us to love golf in that short amount of time? What brings you to it? What makes you that inspired? I mean, you created a channel from it. I know you golf all the time. You travel around to all these different courses and make all these different videos. I mean,
Yeah.
I know we're a video background, but then you mix the golf with it.
Well-
Can you bring me into that world?
Golf has always been, I don't want to say escape, but it's always just something to do, right? It's something outside. You don't have to have 6 buddies to play or whatever to play basketball or soccer or football or anything like that. Like I can just go, okay, tomorrow I got 6 hours for free. I'm gonna go play maybe 2 rounds of golf. See how I do. For me, it's a game that is super easy on the outside, but impossible to master. Right? Like you watch professional golf. You guys are playing the same game. It's in a different cathedral, but it's the same game.
Yeah.
You watch basketball, NBA basketball. There's no chance. You're nowhere near. You can't do that. Right? You're not going to dunk. You can make a 3 every once in a while. You watch football, you have 0 chance out there. You play golf, you can go out tomorrow and have an incredible hole where you make an eagle. You can go out and make an incredible birdie and something that just makes you feel like, man, that was great. You know,
Yeah.
something about it just kind of like brings your mind into like, I can do this, you know?
I mean,
And you're outside, you can have
Yeah.
a beer, you can, you
Yeah.
can play with your buddies, and you don't have to play by yourself, something about it's just like, it's the best game that you can play.
that was very interesting, like what you brought up there. Like I never really considered that. Is like what other sport can you play by yourself? Because really, right? Aren't you almost the opponent for yourself? Because
No,
like
the
you,
course is the opponent.
Okay, but
Right.
a little bit, but it's also you,
You're-
right?
you're
Because you
always-
know you can hit that ball right, and then you don't. So you're you versus yourself from that last hit.
Well, golf, there's nobody ever to blame, right? Like
Okay.
you can't blame your partner, you can't blame your teammate, you can't blame your coach. It's your fault. If you screw up, it's your fault. If you play great, it's your fault. If you, quit, it's your fault.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a lot of parallels. Like people get very romantic about golf and compare it to life and how you got to play the cards you're dealt and how you can hit a good shot and get a bad break, or you can hit a bad shot and get a good break. Very similar to life, right? So
Yeah.
there's a lot of you can get very romantic with the game of golf and very into it in like a spiritual level.
Yeah. Well,
I don't personally. I like it just because it's.
I mean,
fun.
I could see that, right? And I mean, because it's just sometimes you out there. But I've never golfed by myself though, but I could have.
There's nothing better than like, say it's a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. You got nothing to do, nobody's around. You go out. It's hot. It's like 80 degrees. Take your shoes off and you just play 9 holes walking. You're just walking in the grass. I don't think there's anything better.
You've taken your shoes off at a golf course?
Yeah.
You only do that at the beach. What are you talking? And then so you get in the sand trap. Maybe that's what you meant.
No, man. You're walking. You feel all those chemicals on your toes. Sounds great.
Right?
Yeah.
Because see, the worst thing, if I had to have a complaint about golf, one of them. Let's start it off with this one.
Okay.
The complaint that golf will tempt me with a good shot.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just an average dingbat.
Sure.
But I can take this thrift store golf club that I found and I can smack that ball. And then it goes straight towards that pin. Once out of the 17 other shots I did, they were all crooked. But that one time it goes, hey, you could do it. You just suck.
So you forget that I've known you for so long. I know that your clubs were custom fitted because your dad bought them for you. So they weren't thrift store clubs. So you could throw that shit out the window. But yes,
See, this
even
is the
though-
worst thing about having friends on a podcast. They know all your dog shit, right? Jen was pulling me out of my shit on the
Yeah.
last one, and I'm like,
So-
damn it!
the story remains
They were custom
true.
fitted when I was like 13. I've grown at least an inch since then.
Maybe this one. The story remains true, though. It
Fuck
doesn't
you.
matter. You could go out there and have absolutely no idea what you're doing when you hit a good shot. Something, and in the words of Roy McAvoy and Tin Cup, do you feel the tuning fork in your loins? Yes, you do. When you hit that good shot and you're looking out there and you're lining up and it hits right off the center of the club face and it goes where it's supposed to and it hits the green, bang, 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 3 feet from the pin. Is there a better feeling in the world?
No. Because you feel like I had to be Tiger Woods to do that.
Yep.
And for a minute, I was Tiger Woods.
Then you missed the putt.
Oh, yeah. Then I three-putt it right in, and I just right off the backside into
Yep.
the sand.
That's golf.
Yeah. I've
That's
done
golf.
it. Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible sport, really.
Remember when we broke your dad's shed, the window in your shed? We were playing in the backyard. Oh man, that was bad.
Dude, it was one of the... You ever have those moments when you're about to hit something? You're about to throw a ball. You're about to do something. And there's a window, maybe 50 feet, 100 feet from you. And it's about this big.
Yeah.
And you're like, there's no way I'm going to hit that window. And then you hit the ball, and it hits that goddamn window.
Like there was a magnet.
Like there was a magnet. Like if that was the pin, I should have pretended like the flag was right there. I would have missed that shed all day long.
Yeah.
But no, right through that window. Does Dad know about that?
He does now.
Fuck.
No, that was 20 years ago. That was when we used to drive your Trans
Yeah,
Am
but
in
I
the
think
backyard.
I told him it was a bird or something. I don't remember. I think he does watch some
Just
of
a
these.
hawk. Just-
He's got like an. It was a bird looking for warmth. I don't know.
Jesus. Okay, well,
It's going in
Whatever.
there for the gas fumes. I don't know. The lawn
scrub.
was
It
in there.
was
It was
bird.
hot. It was a bird. It was still
Yeah.
a bird.
Right.
D.
Wasn't us.
Birdie. I
Wasn't
putted that in afterwards.
Yeah.
Uh,
Your dad's big into golf, though.
He is, so
Yeah.
he should understand. He probably thought I
loves-
was inspired
Yeah,
then.
he loves the game.
Yeah, I don't know. You people. Maybe I'll get into it. I try. It's expensive. If I had to bitch, like every time you go out, right?
Right,
It's like, they're
right.
like, that will be $700, sir. And you're like,
For 9.
"Jeez."
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
another 700 for the back 9. You're right.
It's
It is an expensive game.
But I get it. They need a lot of property for that. Is that why? Why
It's
is
the-
it so
it's-
expensive?
It's the chemicals that go into it and the work that needs to go into the ground. Right?
Chemicals?
Yeah. So like, probably once every other week or something, they're laying down thousands of dollars of chemicals to keep the weeds away, to keep the grass growing right.
Obviously not at every course.
No. And there's different operating budgets for different courses, right? Like a Cool Creek, if you're familiar with Central PA, Cool Creek it's like a $50 course on the weekends, probably $30 on the weekdays. Their operating budget is probably like $1 million a year. Whereas, like a private course in a big city is probably 30 million, something like that. I don't know. I'm not a superintendent, but
Yeah.
like that's, and you got on a place like Cool Creek, you're mowing every other day, maybe every 3 days. On a private, like a top tier private course, you're mowing every morning.
Yeah.
So that's fuel in there. That's, manpower. That's, putting the tractor out, putting this out, putting that out. So that money adds up quick.
Yeah. So like how do you I mean that obviously is going to be the difference in courses, right?
Yeah.
Because you've traveled around.
Played a lot
You've
of golf.
played a lot of golf, gone to a lot of different courses.
Yeah.
What inspires you to go to that course then? Like they got bigger, better green stuff? Like what's yeah, you've gone pretty far for some. Like what's furthest you've gone?
I played in New Zealand.
Holy shit.
I played golf in New Zealand.
Do you mean that little tiny island off of Australia?
Yeah, sometimes isn't on maps for
Yeah,
some reason.
like-
Yeah, there's a whole Reddit.
You could like accidentally
about
just the pilot just
Yeah, you
forgets to
miss
go down a little bit and you're with a kangaroo.
Just imagine if you're sailing on like a big ship and you're like, where the fuck is this one? You could miss it. Absolutely.
I didn't know where it was. I thought it was in Europe, and then I Googled it once, and I'm
That
like,
doesn't surprise
"Oh, I'm an
That
idiot.
doesn't surprise me at all.
Who looks
Do you
it
think it was
up?"
Iceland?
Yeah. No,
Um,
Greenland, because it's over.
right.
No, wait, Iceland. Which is the one? Iceland is over in Europe because it is green, and then Iceland is Greenland and Europe. They're backwards.
Yeah.
The one's
Greenland's
ice.
icy, Iceland's greeny.
Yeah, they really got me on that one. When I was sailing my boat over there.
No, but we went over for a trip and we played golf there, and it's called Jack's Point, and it's one of the most beautiful golf courses I've ever seen. It's on
Okay.
a lake, it's next to mountains. But what drives you to play different courses?
Yeah.
So Jack's Point is in the world rankings one of the most beautiful courses in the world.
Who's ranking?
Golf Digest usually runs like a poll every year, and they
okay.
re-rank every year. Like there's a top 100 of the world, there's a top 100 public in the United States, and there's a top 100 private in the United States, and then top 100 private in the world.
Okay.
So usually when I'm traveling, if there's like a top 100 public near me, I want to go play.
Oh, I mean that. Yeah, I think yeah.
So like it was the thing with Jack's Point. Like I was traveling to New Zealand, and it was I have to go here. Right?
Yeah.
So I showed my at that time just girlfriend. We got engaged on that trip, but my now wife, like I was like, look at this, and she's like, fuck yeah, let's go, let's do it. And it's not necessarily for the golf, but it's for the view. It's like if you're gonna go somewhere and you're gonna go hiking,
Yeah.
right? Why not go play golf?
Yeah.
Right. So like you could go hiking and you could see these views for a couple minutes here and there.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could go play golf, do something you love while looking at the same incredible view.
Love's a strong word.
I love it. You put up with it.
I like fuck this fucking.
But then-
that is a beautiful mountain.
Right. But then there's different things like Banded Dunes. Banded Dunes is one of the top public golf resorts in the country. It's up there with Pebble Beach. It has 5, maybe 6 courses now.
Where's this at?
Oregon.
Okay.
And they're all, like every one of their courses is ranked in the top 25 public in the United States. So
Everyone.
every one of them.
Damn.
So I've been there
Quite
twice.
a record.
And the first time I was like, okay, well, this is expensive. I don't know if I'm going to like it. But you go there and it's like going to, I'm not religious, but I imagine it would be like going to Mecca, right?
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Everybody's
okay.
there for the same reason,
Right.
right? So everybody's there to praise Allah, whatever they do in Mecca. Everybody goes to Bandon to play golf and have fun, right?
Right.
So like, there's nothing better. Everybody you meet is having the best week of their life.
Yeah. So, and it's also like I can't go. Can I go play at the course that they're playing the Masters at?
No,
in
absolutely not.
Augusta. I just want to
Absolutely
say
not.
it that way.
No, there's
Well, that's kind of lame.
well, that's what makes the U.S. Open so cool, right?
Okay.
So
Well, then
no,
at that same
not
point, I
necessarily.
can't go play football on an NFL field,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
Like, you're not going to have
like
that
the U.S.
either.
Open has been on public golf courses a lot. This year it's in Oakmont, which is in Pittsburgh, but it's not a public golf course. But
I
a
think
lot
you
of
did a video on that.
I will be doing a lot of videos
Oh,
sponsored by USGA.
there we go. Look at that. You get 65
No,
more
but
viewers.
like the U.S. Open is cool because anybody can play in it, right? So like if you go through local qualifiers, you can make the U.S. Open.
Me.
Yeah, if you're good enough, you can go play in the U.S. Open, right? There's local qualifiers. There's one in Quicksilver in May. You go, you play in the local qualifier. You will be top, I think, 2 or 3. You go on to a sectional qualifier. You make the sectional. You go on, and you're playing in the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
You know, down the line. So anybody can play in the U.S. Open.
But not the Masters.
The
You need
Masters,
to be like good and stuff.
the Masters has special invites. So if I won the Mid-Am last year, I could go play in the Masters. If I was runner-up in the U.S. Amateur
okay.
or won the U.S. Amateur, I can go play. But it's a very much invitation-only
Yeah.
situation. Yeah,
So you can't suck.
No.
But you got to be good at sucking if you're there.
right.
Right. As
But,
the
like,
saying goes.
That's why Golf Digest came out with the top 100 public golf courses
right? Okay.
because those are all golf courses you can play. Right. If you want to pay enough,
Oh.
like the top 20 are usually stupid expensive, but like if you want to pay it, you can go play Pebble Beach.
Well, what's stupid expensive? I'm scared to ask almost. Like one round of 18 holes on a. I know weekend's probably gonna be worse, right?
So, once you get to like the top 40, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, they don't do that shit no more.
They do, but like it's $20 out of 300. So,
Oh, okay.
like
So like on the weekend, $300, one round.
so, let's just say Pebble Beach, which is Pebble Beach is usually the #1 ranked public course in the United States. You have to stay at a Pebble Beach resort, which is about anywhere from $600 to $1,200 a night.
Wow.
And then the course is like $425. So you're looking
That's
at
one
minimum,
night.
Yeah, you're looking at like minimum of $1,000. Now you could go play Bandon Dunes or Pacific Dunes. Either one of those is usually ranked in the top 5 on the Bandon Dunes property. You not stay there. Say it's December, you could play it for under $200.
So you go there, you expect like no flowers to be out of place. Like there's not
No,
a bent blade of grass.
There's different kinds of golf courses. Like Bandon Dunes is more of like a links golf course where it's a little more rugged and like things aren't perfect. Where you go to Pebble Beach, things are perfect. You go to a place, it's called Shadow Creek in Las Vegas. That's like a $1,200 tee time. That's perfect. Like looks fake.
So it's different courses.
Yeah,
what you're
different-
gonna expect. Because like I might pay a little bit more, but this one's gonna be like challenging and shit. Like there's got to be some fucked up engineers that just look at it. I mean,
Golf course architects.
yeah, golf engineer,
Yeah, golf engineer. Okay.
golf and engineer.
I'm down with that.
That's like I know you're gonna hit your ball right here, and they put a little beach for you. That's mean.
Yeah. So the U.S. Open is being held at Oakmont this year. And Oakmont is historically an incredibly difficult course. Probably one of the hardest in the world. Right?
Now hard because there's that Imagineer, golf
Yes.
and Imagineer.
Yeah.
That's like I'm gonna put water here and sand here, and you have to hit this tiny little
Correct.
thing that's no bigger than Joe's
Correct.
dick.
Correct. So what they did, they just had the U.S. Amateur here 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. They took all that data, right? Where the balls go off the tees, where somebody makes a birdie from, where somebody makes a bogey from, where, say, this guy misses the fairway, but he still makes a birdie. Now, 3 people do that. Okay, something's wrong here. We're going to put a bunker there. And they've done that. And they've redone the course in the past 3 years to make this upcoming U.S. Open even harder.
So they mess this course up every year?
Not every year, but
Well, like
Yeah.
reasonable though.
yeah. They do it on purpose to make the course more difficult.
So like if it was NASCAR, they'd start being like, nah, that left turn, we're gonna make it a right turn this
Yep.
time.
Yep. Or we're going to put a pothole right there.
Fucking tires are going flying and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah. But
It's
that's
gotta be frustrating.
that's what's cool about the U.S. Open. The U.S. Open is
I mean, I guess, because if it was the same thing every time, they just get really good at it. But
Well,
there, you with them changing, you can't get that good at it, I would assume.
so the U.S. Open is one of the hardest titles to win because the course is usually set up in the most insane way they can. Like there's been times where pros are like, this isn't fair.
Yeah.
Like you're putting the ball and it's a little too windy and the ball rolls off the green. Like it's that ridiculous sometimes.
I've seen that where they like is the one where they hit it towards the hole and they just
Yeah.
missed it by like that much, and the ball was going like just ever too slow, slightly, and like
Yep.
all the way down over into the water.
Yep.
Like that guy's a dick.
Yeah. Well, that's on the setup. So like they can not water it for a few days or water it for a few days. So if you put water on the green, it makes them slower. If you don't water the green for 3 days and it's windy and hot, that green is going to be like putting on glass.
How do
So-
they know that going in? Do they like tell them? It'd be like, we watered the grass today, dude. Watch out.
They'll tell you. I mean, you'll know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like in racing, they like drive the course the day before. They can. Do they walk the course
Oh yeah.
the day
You have-
before?
yeah. So there's practice rounds Monday,
Oh, yeah,
Tuesday,
yeah.
Wednesday.
Blowing on the grass and shit.
But a course can change from Thursday morning to Thursday afternoon. Right? If it's super hot and super windy, that course could dry out so much in 10 hours that it's unfair. So that goes into what the USGA does when they come in. They're like, okay, what can this course withstand? Can we
Holy fuck.
handle not watering this for 3 days before the tournament, or do we need to water it every day?
That sounds like a pain in the dick.
Golf course architecture and golf course management, you know?
I mean, I guess
A lot of people get paid a lot of money to do this stuff.
Yeah, I guess there's people like I watch NFL, right? So
Mm-hmm.
football. I guess there's a lot of crap that goes into that too. Then, right?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Like-
those turf teams are working around the clock.
Yeah.
Once a weekend hits.
I mean, you really gotta love it. But I
It's
think
a-
of it. It's a difference between think of it as like a hobby and then somebody like this is my job now. I'm the grass guy
Yeah.
at the. I mean, that's cool. Like, you ever meet any of them guys, right? I'm the grass guy at the Open.
Superintendent. I've worked.
Really?
I've talked to a few superintendents. Yeah, like at courses, not like the USGA guys.
guy just loves
So
grass.
like normally, he does
There's-
love grass.
There's different.
Yeah,
different
normally
levels
when
of
a
that. You
tournament,
go down there and there's Bob Marley, and you're like, we hired the wrong guy.
this guy's growing weeds.
The shit that's
Putting
behind
through
the grass.
Putting through a rainforest. But normally when like the PGA comes to town, they'll turn their course over to the USGA or to the PGA people that come in.
Oh,
But Oakmont has always been like hung their hat on. We can host the U.S. Open tomorrow. So like throughout the season, they're keeping their course up to par to be a U.S. Open course.
yeah.
That's why it's one
They
of the
probably have the stand, and they just follow the standards. But they're like, you got to go out there and talk to the grass nice in the morning.
Correct.
You know,
Yes.
you got to have a guy that does that.
So one of my first jobs out of school was going out and photographing for the World Golf Tour. It's a
Really?
video game on.
Did I know that?
Probably.
Oh,
It's a video game online.
I have a short memory.
That you can play all these courses with like your little avatar, right? Like you play these tournaments and it's like a big competitive thing, but they go out and they'll photograph every 10 feet of a course, right? So you spread out 10 feet and you
I
walk
do
10
remember
feet
that. Yeah,
and
yeah.
you take a picture. And then
That-
you walk 10
yeah.
feet and you take a picture. So I got to do that at Oakmont, and that's when I dealt with the
Oh.
superintendent there, and that's when I learned a lot about how to rake a bunker, how to read a green, how to fix a divot. Like I knew all this stuff, but like learning it from a superintendent at Oakmont,
I mean,
that's like learning
yeah, you're
you know,
like
how to fly a plane from a guy that flies the Blue Angels. You know,
Yeah,
like that's at the top of their game.
Yeah, I was gonna say throw a football from Tom Brady or something.
Yeah.
I was going with the
There you
football
go.
thing.
I've been watching
need to-
that Blue Angels documentary.
Oh, okay. No, I've been into the wrestling stuff. I'm trying to but I'm trying to get one of them local wrestlers someday. I say it on every podcast.
I feel like they're not doing much. You can just ask them.
I message
Nothing
them.
against wrestlers.
I message them.
Yeah.
You know, I try. But like, yeah, they don't know who I am. I'm like a nobody, right?
Right.
But kind of like it's like, well, but they've been doing that for like 25 years.
Right.
So like they're probably
They're
like,
old as shit at that point.
right? And they're like, dude, we get 7 of those a week, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, I need an in. But the guy last week, he's their video guy, and he knows all of them. So I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, and he's just like, corner them, and I'm like, you want me to take and corner some 7 foot, 300-pound dude, and like me, 5 foot nothing, be like, you got a minute?
Hey, tickle you.
Like, yeah, take me like that chair and just remove me from the area. You know, he could throw me. Like, you want me to go up to the guy that just picked up another 300-pound guy
Yeah.
and threw him that way and then threw 3 more? I'm like, I couldn't have picked the first guy up.
I don't want to like blow your mind here, but you do know it's fake.
You're not allowed to use the F word. I think
Staged?
there's
Rehearsed?
stories.
Oh, okay.
Stories, I believe, is the
Scripted?
term. Some of it.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to ask so bad. Like we all have our fun shit. Like you have golf, I'm doing this, whatever. We all have our fun shit. But that dude's thing is he likes on the weekends to get thrown down on thumbtacks and then go
Yeah.
back to work on Monday.
Yeah.
I'm like, that looks like it hurts.
Yeah,
I
of course
saw
it
them.
does.
They were in your skin as far as I could see it.
Right.
And I'm like, that hurt.
That's real.
That
not fake.
that
That's
was
real.
real. I
Yeah.
saw it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, then they break ladders, and I'm like, man, I could have used that ladder.
Yeah.
Like,
Expendables.
I got questions. I have so many questions for them.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get back to the. Well, okay, since we're on a tangent, anyways,
Yeah, golf isn't that fun now.
we're going back to golf, maybe. But I should have started. I meant to start with this, but we got on such a cheersing tangent and everything. But you're out of drink now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We could pause, but
No,
we're not gonna.
We're out of bourbon.
On-
No.
All right. This is for me, and you're gonna talk to Kenny right over there. Kenny doesn't like the Peaky Blinders. He thinks it's stupid. Yeah. And then he made me watch The Godfather 1 and 2
Oh God.
and said that's where they got inspired from. I'm like,
Sure.
well, now see my argument. I got to bring Cisco back on because his argument was,
Hey, Bandit, that's the worst toy to use right now. Okay.
Bandit's going to co-star. Bandit, I mean, they saw him earlier. The golf dog is running around.
Come here.
And
Up.
there he is. Nope, broke it. Only took a minute.
Peaky Blinders, I can understand why you wouldn't like it, but I respectfully disagree with you. I think that Thomas Shelby was one of the best characters ever made, and he plays it perfectly.
Yes.
Cillian Murphy plays it perfectly because he's everything you want to hate in a person, but then he does some good shit, and you're like, damn, that guy's actually fucking pretty cool.
I mean, they are the bad guys.
Sure.
Right?
Well,
And
they're
it
the
makes
anti-hero.
you-
They're the classic anti-hero.
Yeah, like they're killing people
They're
and
Tony
doing
Soprano.
stuff. But like every time you're still rooting for them because you see the motivation behind it.
Yeah.
But you're like, every end of every episode, I go, I can't go to sleep now.
Yeah.
I have to hit play again.
Yeah.
You know, to
Yeah.
watch the next
Well,
one. There
yeah,
was like
that's
season.
just good storytelling.
Yeah, and that's what I'm getting. And the cinematography, like, dude, I love it. Like
Set design, production design, all
all
that
of
stuff
it,
is incredible.
like up here.
Wardrobe.
He's just like, Kenny, you suck. But like every episode, I want to keep watching, and then he compared it to The Godfather 1 and 2, and I was like, that's fine. But like, you know, see, and I got ripped a new one on the last podcast, and I deserve some of it. I'm not going to disagree. But like the way I watch movies is different than other people the way they watch movies, and we had the Godfather. That was my homework assignment. I had to watch 1 and 2. I did watch 1. It was a really long time ago, and I didn't remember any of it, and it was really boring. But this time, I forced myself to watch it.
Yeah.
And it's
Dive in.
like, I get it. But it was painful.
Yeah.
Like, I had to force myself to pay attention.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know what? I compare that to somebody that's like, you know what? Here's the first iPhone that revolutionized the industry. It was, and I agree, right? Like, it came out, touch
Yeah.
screens, and we were doing all stuff. But you know what? That phone didn't even have 3G.
Yeah.
It sucked. And you'd be like, try that, right? And then you try it and you're like, this sucks. I have a better phone now.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, the
Well,
stuff
it's-
now
yeah,
is
it's-
so much better, so I can expect it then. But like, you want me to watch it now? It's like, you grew up with it. I get it. But like, I know, I'm being a dick.
Well,
but
yeah, there's a lot of movies that don't, like, the special effects and everything don't translate throughout
oh
the
yeah,
30 years that it's taken.
But I didn't even like the cinematography in it. Like, am I a jackass? Like, at some scenes, it was just dark. It was just dark in a bad way.
Well, that's what it is now. That's the whole shtick now, is make it as dark as you can.
I mean,
Thank you, buddy.
he really wants the co-star. I mean, it fits. We have a dog in like every episode.
Right.
Rick's episode, Cookie jumped up. It was good. But I feel like cinematography, we like stuff. Right, but like I feel like it should be rare that it's so dark that you can't see detail.
Yeah.
In those two movies, I saw that a lot. Where it fell off so much, I couldn't see them. And I'm like, I get it. The person should have a dark side to them. And, like, you shouldn't be able to see. I feel like I'm going off on a tangent, but...
It may be that you watched a bad version of it, right? So, like, watching a remastered version of a film shot movie might be very different in your house on your computer than what was shown in a cinema 50 years ago, 40 years ago, you know?
Okay. Okay,
so
that's fair. That's fair.
I think that
that's fair.
Film, right? The latitude in film was a lot different. We've gotten to the point where digital is very close, but like the lowlights in film, I feel like are a lot. There's a lot more detail in the lowlights than there are in digital, right?
Oh yeah.
So,
but that's the point when they remastered it.
I'm just saying
you can always
that
go
might
back,
be what it is.
Maybe, but like. I don't know.
But you watch any Netflix show on your computer now, and it's completely different. Like, it looks like garbage, and like everything's milky, and things are, kind of blending together. And especially if you're not watching it in like a dark room. Like if we try and we just watched that show Cross on Amazon in the living room, when in the afternoon. You can't do it. It's too dark. It's absolutely too dark.
Yeah.
And
you can't even like Peaky Blinders. I don't even know if you could watch that.
I could. But, like, it's better watching it in a dark room.
Yeah.
Like, you come down here, turn the lights off, watch it on here, watch it on the projector. It's going to look so much better than, on your tablet in the middle of the day.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So, story-wise, I think The Godfather is incredible, the way they, blend all that stuff together. But...
this story was,
now it's, I feel like, played out because we've all had that, right? We've all watched The Sopranos. We've watched... 10 million different CSIs, and
I'm watching it after it's been done 100 times, so that was the first time it was
not
ever done.
First, but like the best, like right, it was done the best, and
he hated it.
I'm not a huge Godfather fan personally.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I know you're a big Star Wars fan, so
not big. I respect Star Wars for what it is and the world it built.
I was just thinking the wedding day, but
oh god. That Jameson Tyone right there, that was the day of our wedding. Obi-Wan Tyone.
Oh my god.
Yeah. May 4th.
2019. May 4th. Yeah. So Peaky Blinders, best show ever made. Kenny, you have to watch it. It's your homework assignment.
Best show ever made. Damn, I don't know about that.
No, it's not. It's just really good. And because each season
What is the best show ever made?
Swoosh. Each season was only 6 episodes, is what I was saying. So it's a very easy watch. And they're like 45 minutes apiece. It's like, I'm not asking you that much. But like, if you don't like it after the first season, then turn it off.
Right.
But he did 3 episodes. I was like, man, still.
No, you got to give it the first. Because it does start slow. Right?
Yeah.
Because Thomas Shelby's kind of like he's a piss on for a little while. And he's getting his shit kicked in. But he needs that, right? He needs to get his shit kicked in. And then he like, okay, well, I'm done getting my shit kicked in. And then you're like, oh shit, this guy is.
When he conquers all of that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is similar, I get it, to The Godfather.
Well, it's the anti-hero in everything. It's The Sopranos. Yeah. The Sopranos was the best show that ever did that, and like it modernized the anti-hero.
I've heard of it, and
The Sopranos. You never watched The Sopranos?
Nope.
Jesus Christ, dude. That's your homework assignment.
Every podcast, I get ripped a new one. I don't know why I keep doing this.
I don't know. I watch a lot of like series and TV and all that. But
is it still good? Should I watch it now?
I think that one holds up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just watched Jurassic Park the other day.
Because The Sopranos is more character driven than special effects or anything like that. Like it's character driven. Like it's really about arcs and who people are and what makes them tick, and it's really, really good. Really good.
Well, when Cisco comes on again, I'm really going to talk about The Godfather again. Because he ripped me a new one. And I was like, okay. Took notes.
I feel like there's a lot of people that just like see that it's number 1 on IMDb movies and be like, oh my god, it has to be amazing.
It is in its own
You know how
world.
film school kids are.
I do.
Right. Let me see, Bandit.
So the golf thing, let's see.
Thank you, buddy.
So, if I had to gripe about something with golf, right?
Yeah.
How come, right? Like every other sport, you're not allowed to change your weapon. That's the only one you're allowed to change your weapon like throughout. I feel like you should have to use the same club the whole time.
The one club, I've tried that. I tried the one club challenge.
Yeah.
But no, you're only allowed a certain number of clubs, and you can't change them out throughout the game.
Right, but like a bowler, they use one ball.
No, they don't.
What?
You have a spare ball. Any pro bowler has a spare ball.
All right. I'm sure. And like baseball, they got a spare bat. But when he's batting, he doesn't like get a different bat. He hits
If it breaks,
with
it
that
does.
bat. Right? You're not breaking your club in golf. Why do you get to change?
You haven't been that bad.
And then most of them, they're like, what's the difference between a 3 and a 4? Give me a break.
About 15 yards.
So you gotta change the club? Just hit it harder. You puss. Or just use the 3 and then hit it softer. We gotta change all these clubs. You guys need all this stuff, this big heavy bag of shit.
I
Like
bet
3
you
clubs.
I could beat
Driver.
you. I could beat you with one club.
Okay. Get the camera. We're taking it out there. You can beat me with all the clubs.
I could hit a 7-iron
No.
all day. Putt with a 7-iron. I
No.
could still beat your ass.
Fuck you. You're using the putter the whole time.
Okay, I'll use
You're
the putter. I'm not
driving
using
with
my
the
putter.
putter.
I'm not using my putter.
This is
I'll
like,
use somebody else's putter.
like, okay, how did this start? Guy's hitting it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he goes, if that thing was like, it just seems like it was full of shit. Like, he's
Yeah.
like, if that thing was just like,
No.
I would have went where I wanted it to. You're so full of shit.
My favorite thing is you go, these guys, because some guys are real gearheads with golf clubs, right?
Okay.
And like, yeah, I got a 7-iron, but it's bent 2 degrees, so it's it's a little less loft. Cool, man.
That's a thing.
Oh yeah, dude. You can get like a custom fitting, right? You go and you're like, oh, I need an 1.25 inch longer shaft, and I need a little stiffer shaft with the tip being a little more stiff, and I want my 7-iron tilted, bent down about 1.5 degrees, and my 5-iron I wanted 1.33 inches, and then yeah, it's real life, dude.
This sport's more
Remember
fucked
when I
up.
said there's a lot of money being spent in golf? Yeah, that's where it is.
This is silly. This is silly.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand there with a bucket of money because it's all bullshit.
Yeah. Remember when you used to sell golf balls at the golf course? A couple bucks I got.
Well, we had to do what we had to do to afford an Xbox back in the day.
Oh God. No, it was
Play
those
Halo.
Motorola phones.
Beep, beep, bloop, bloop. The
You
flip
remember
ones?
that?
Oh,
The talking, the walkie-talkie?
the Sprint.
Was it Sprint? I thought it was Motorola.
Nah, that was the brand of phone.
Yes.
Was Motorola, but then
yeah,
the-
Sprint TTY or something like that.
Oh yeah,
No, it was
something to talk. Touch to talk. Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody remember that?
Yeah.
Show your age.
Beep beep.
You could.
Hey Joe.
Dad loved that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Because it
It's like
didn't
a
matter.
walkie-talkie.
And it came through and loud as shit.
Yeah.
So he could go to mom and be like, nice tits. And it would like, she'd be in the bank, right? He loved it. He'd still be paying for that if they had it.
They bring that back.
They made it into an app, but it didn't work. And,
Oh, really?
Yeah, it went off.
All right.
So-
What other
No,
golf
we're-
gripes do you got?
The golf gripe was like, okay, fine. So you want 1,000 clubs, right? Okay, we're going to dive further
14.
into this. Okay, how far can technology come into this, right? So when it comes down, and then the head will automatically adjust.
Yeah.
Can we do that, right? Is that fucked up? Is that cheating? Is that performance enhancing?
Yes.
So you're not allowed to do that.
No.
But I can buy a different club that's got the little shirt on it.
Well, did you hear they're
Where do
rolling-
they draw the line?
Did you hear they're rolling back the golf ball?
Is this a dad joke?
No. Swear to God.
Rolling back the ball.
Swear to God.
What are you
so, like,
talking about?
So like right now, Rory McIlroy is probably one of the longer drivers on tour. He can hit the ball 330 yards. Modern equipment.
That sounds like a high number.
modern ball.
Is that
There-
high?
That's very high. I mean, like tour average is like 290 in the air or 275 in the air, something like that.
Oh wow, so that's really
so, like,
far then.
he can hit the shit out of the ball.
Excuse my inexperience
So-
for you golfers.
So they're going to roll back the golf ball. The golf ball is not going to go as far.
What does that
So,
mean?
say you're averaging 290 off the tee. You're now, it's like in the next 4 or 5 years, you're going to average 275. So they're going to roll back the technology so that you can't hit the ball as far. This is real life. This PGA Tour has said they're rolling back the golf ball because people are hitting it too damn far. The technology has advanced so far that people are destroying these golf courses. Every golf course that the PGA goes to, every one of them is moving the tees back, making the holes longer, making them harder, making the fairways shorter. But the technology in the clubs is so good that you can miss the center of the club face. You know, you can hit it out on the toe of the club, and you're still hitting it 320 down the middle.
See, that's what I wanted to get into.
Yeah.
It's like, you should be stuck with one club. Why don't they do that? They should call me
Well,
for
you
suggestions.
can roll them back
If that
to
fucker
like
was hitting it with a putter, he wouldn't hit it
you
so
can roll
far.
them back to like the 1990s and play with like the old actual woods.
Yeah,
You know,
fuck them.
do it.
Make that shit out of sticks. Actual sticks. You got to go into the fucking woods and find a stick to hit it with.
I got one over here.
Oh, Jesus, he's going on an adventure. I got to entertain people while you walk away. Oh. Oh, that's not a stick.
No, but that's a wood. That's an old wood. There, you got to play with that.
This is called a wood because it's made of
Made of
wood.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
But they have woods that aren't made of wood.
Right, they're metals. Yeah, they're metal fairway woods. So you know when they say, "Oh, I really hit that on the screws," it's because there were screws right in the middle of them.
Well, look at that. Can you see that? Ooh, maybe over there. There's 4 screws there. Is that good to hit it on the screws?
Yeah, you want to hit it right in the middle.
That seems like stupid engineering
Mm-hmm.
to put the screws there. You could put the screws anywhere.
Well, there's a reason they're not using them anymore.
I hit it on the screw and it went that way.
I mean, this isn't the best that golf
The
has.
screw is going to outlast the wood.
Right.
The wood's going to like indent and shit.
Yeah.
And then you're just hitting it off wood or metal screws.
Yep.
This seems silly.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Goodness gracious. That's sticky.
Yeah.
Dunked it in licorice before you gave it to me.
Yeah.
So I was right. Technology's fucking it up.
It is. Yeah.
See, I know golf.
Yeah.
I don't even
Basically
need
a golfer.
I don't even need to golf. So they are going to draw some lines. Because I was like, when does it get to that point? Because the other thing I wanted to bring up, people better be interested in golf when they watch this.
They've
'cause
definitely turned this off by now.
If they aren't, well, we appreciate you staying around, Doug. So he says he puts it on when he's editing videos or
Yeah.
photos or something.
Right.
So I don't care. I hope people are interested in the same thing I am. Because the golf cart, also a big piece of technology. Because if you had to walk to get your ball, you're tired.
Yeah.
If you're not tired, you can hit it harder and further.
Right.
So I feel like that was a big thing.
Well, you can't use it in tournaments, like big tournaments.
Good point.
Yeah.
So, but I'm right.
You are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot harder walking 7 miles than it is
Yeah.
riding 7 miles, drinking 7 beers.
They can't drink in the tournaments? Wait, can they?
Can.
They can?
Yeah.
Does
nobody's
anybody?
gonna stop. John Daly used to, but that's the last guy that I ever heard of.
And when was that? Like the 2000s and
yeah,
the
like
80s?
90s, 2000s.
Oh, so they...
Yeah,
would-
nobody will. You won't see anybody drinking beer on the tour right now.
Why?
I mean, it's just they're competing
Gotta
for
be
millions
sharp.
of dollars.
Yeah, but like, if Budweiser wanted to be like, "Brut," on the podcast, I'd be like, let's go.
Yeah,
Get her done. Or...
I'll
I
drink-
guess I can't say that.
I'll drink 30 of them. Yeah,
We should be sponsored by Coca-Cola. I watch all the podcasts back, and that's all we have all over the desk.
well.
Because we're like old now. They don't drink too much. But
golf cart.
I
did you
wanted
ever
to
hear
know
the
the
story of-
well, the whole broad thing is the technology of golf.
Yeah.
Interfering with, that's not fair, with grandpa that could only hit it 200 yards.
Yeah,
It's not fair. But the golf
And?
cart.
I don't know what you want me to say. Yeah,
So they did. I was wondering if they were going to curb that, and I guess you already did answer that. But I
No,
was like,
yeah, you can't use a golf cart in like most competitions. Like the local stuff that I play in, sure, you can use a cart because you're competing for fucking $100 in pro shop credit. But like actually playing for like millions of dollars on the tour, you can't use it. Then the senior tour, like you can't use it unless you have like a medical exemption.
so I guess they put some stipulations on some things, but not others.
I mean, a lot of things that are going to make it easier for you, I would say. They make a deal out of it. But
Okay.
they've got
they gotta draw
they've gotten
lines.
some cool golf cart alternatives lately.
All those goofy things that follow you.
I'm talking about. Have you seen the motorcycles?
No.
Oh yeah, dude! You can get on this motorcycle. You put the bag in front of you. You got little handlebars.
No.
And you can zzz, through the
You have
course.
that? You have that on your channel yet?
No, I've done it twice.
And you
Once-
didn't put it on the channel?
This was before I started recording stuff. But yeah, it was up in Michigan or Wisconsin. I did it once, and then of course in like Central PA I did it once. And then they have boards like a scooter, but like the scooters you can ride like around town. I rent them like the bird scooters and shit.
Yeah.
Like you can do that, but you strap the bag to the front, and they're like big tires off road, and you can through. Yeah.
As if you didn't look like an asshole enough with pink pants.
All right.
I didn't get to that one yet. What? I've got a big fucking list. If you thought we
Okay.
were anywhere
Sorry.
near done, you might as well turn it off now.
I like.
Jen might have turned it off by now. I don't know.
Everybody
She'd be
turns
like,
off. We're talking to ourselves right now.
fuck off. Yeah. Your phone, you keep throwing on the ground, you're half falling out
We're
of
at 45
frame.
minutes. What? I'm not falling out of frame.
You better not. With your
I'm
golf
out of frame.
driving with your
My driver's out
motorcycle.
of frame.
All right, let's see if there were more. Technology was a big one that I thought I could get into. But, okay, fine. I kind of touched on it already with the pink pants. So, golf is maybe, do you think, the only sport that you could play in a suit?
No.
No. You can't play it in a suit, or you think there's another
I don't
sport you
think-
can play it in?
I don't think you could play it to a competitive level in a suit. I also think you could curl in a suit. You could play darts in a suit. You'd
That's a
probably
small list.
you could competitively dance in a suit.
Dance? That's not a sport.
It's more athletic. It's more athletic than the three other ones I said.
I feel like it is the most athletic one because you
Yeah.
could chess, right?
Yeah, you could
play
chess in a
chess
suit.
in a suit, and
Yeah.
probably a lot of people do,
Right.
right? But it's like you can't play football in a suit. You can't put. I guess
Yeah.
you could, but like they dress up weird in golf. Is where I'm beating around a bush here.
Golf fashion is weird.
Like
Yeah.
there's a whole
Like,
section.
There's like normal like polo pants, whatever, you're fine. Polo shorts, whatever, you're fine.
Yeah.
But like you could definitely like, and I feel like that's another reason I love it is because you can just get weird and funky. Like there's nowhere else that I could wear a white polo shirt with like leopards on it and gold chains, right? But like I show up to the golf course in that shirt and everybody's like, oh yeah, it's just
They can
another
tell
shirt.
you're golfing today,
Yeah,
and you
like,
just
okay,
didn't come.
You're
for
ready to
brunch.
go.
Yeah. It's a weird sport with its fashion. Like it's got a whole section. Is it weird that I found like nice shirts in the fishing section?
No, I wear fishing shirts to work all the time. Yeah.
Is that weird?
No.
Like, am I 100?
No.
Did I all of a sudden slip and I'm 100 now?
No, I think
I
that,
went
like,
into-
at a certain point in your life, you realize things that make your day easier, and you want
Okay.
to do that, right?
Yeah.
So like, I wear a lot of like quick dry stuff, or like dry fit,
Yeah.
or like when I'm working like on hot days, a little more baggy, a little lighter, and the fishing shirts are perfect for that.
Right?
Yeah, roll up the
I didn't know
sleeves
about
and-
this. I accidentally stumbled into people. I don't know if people know
Oh
about
yeah,
this.
people know about it.
People, it was
Fishermen,
me.
yeah.
I didn't know. I went into. They put a new in East York there next to Walmart. They put academics or something like that.
Academy,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
I love that store.
I didn't even know what it was.
It's in the South.
I went in there expecting to
It's
learn.
like a cheaper version of Dick's, but a little better than Dunham's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went in there expecting to learn something.
Yeah.
I did.
He's been waiting to tell that joke for
I
weeks.
saved it up all
This
the
son
way
of a
out
bitch.
here, and it didn't land very well.
No.
But I did learn that I like fishing shirts,
Yeah.
and
They're
I
good
should've brought
price
one.
there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like $15, and then if you bought two of them, or no, it was 30, and if you bought two, it was 50% off the second one. I was like, that's what's up.
Yeah.
It's a nice light shirt.
Yeah, I have
looked professional. I was like,
Probably half a baker's dozen of them.
yeah, they're really nice. It was unexpected. But anyways,
That
that
has
all
nothing to do with golf.
didn't have anything. Fuck it. I walked through the stupid golf section to get to there. Now I say that's not fair, but it's just my body type, right? If I wear a polo, like even this shirt a little bit, my
Yeah.
nipples stick out.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's a hereditary trait,
Yeah.
Dad. Appreciate it. Look,
He's
but if
not
I sit
watching
here
anymore.
like no, he turned it. No, he likes golf. He might have made it this far.
Okay.
I don't know if he knows how to comment
Is
though.
he
He
that
has
bored?
never commented, but he does say he's like, "Oh, I saw that joke." Because I try and tell him a joke from the thing. He's like, "I saw that one."
Yeah.
I was like,
You
"Oh."
only get one or two a week. So.
Nah, he just watched one and was like, "I'm just gonna save up like 5 and then tell him all these and pretend like he's watched it." Okay. This is a dumb little one, but we're just going down the list.
Yeah.
I don't give a rat's ass. Ball markers.
Yep.
Is there a requirement for those stupid things? Because I feel like somebody is like they put their like a quarter there, and you're like a quarter. If my ball hits that, like a ball marker is when you take the ball away and then you mark it right on like the green,
I
right?
should mark it first.
Mark it, take the ball away, motherfucker. So, and I've seen some that like attempt to be like flat. So like if your ball would go, it'd go right over top of it.
Right.
So like in the pro, like is there a requirement for that?
No.
Really?
You
Even
could-
in the pros?
You could literally use a shovel. You could put a shovel down as long as it's lined up correctly. Right?
Really?
Yeah, as long as it comes back, as long as the ball goes back to where it was, it's fine. Now,
We're gonna pull out the rule book.
Say the hole's here, right? My ball's here, and your ball's right here, right? And my mark, this is my mark, and it's in your way.
Yeah.
You say, hey, you mind moving your mark? I can then, I'll pick a tree or a point, like a, something that's not moving, like a post, and okay, I'll line up, and I can either go one putter head, or I can go a putter, like, an
Really?
entire putter over. Yeah, and I can move it over here, and then you putt, and then I line it up again, and I move it back.
It's not meant to be hit.
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah. If it's in the way, it should be moved.
Oh, okay. That was my piece that I was
Yeah.
missing.
So the
from
only point of the ball mark is to put it down, clean your ball.
that. Oh,
Get
okay.
any dirt, any like residue on it, you clean it up. Because
But you can't do that on the course.
no, only on the greens,
Yeah.
unless it's embedded, right? If it's on like under
Oh.
the ground and there's mud on it, you can pull it off of that. Winter rules in the fairway, you can pick it up, clean it, put it back.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's the only reason for the ball mark. You place it, pick your ball up, clean it, put it back.
Oh. I thought it was to get out of somebody's way.
Nope.
That's not at all why it's there.
No.
Huh.
So if you watch old golf videos before, old golf videos, like black and white, like 20 frames per second type of stuff where it looks jittery,
Yeah.
you'll notice people, they didn't have ball marks, right? So your ball is on the green, your ball is behind me, this is the hole, you got to chip it over that ball. Or you better putt it around and hope that it curves in.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're the furthest.
Yeah.
Furthest has to hit first.
Yep.
Because like when you're buddies, you're like, just hit it.
Yeah.
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 But you can't do
I
that.
don't know what year that changed, but yeah, you couldn't move it.
Like croquet. Mm-hmm. Into that bitch.
Yeah.
What happens if I hit your ball?
Right now, if you modern rules, if my ball's on the green, your ball's on the green, and you hit my ball, it's, I believe, a stroke penalty for me.
Oh, so
If
I'm like
you're-
aiming for that fucking thing.
If you're off, well, it's my fault for not marking it, right? But if you're off the green, and my ball's here, and your ball hits my ball, and my ball goes way over here, and your ball ends right here, we both agree this is where the ball was, and I place my ball back. Your ball is played as the last.
Oh, okay. That seems fair.
That's just one of the stupid rules in golf.
There aren't any stupid
They're
rules. What are
all
you talking
stupid.
about?
They're all
We haven't
stupid.
gone over any stupid rules here. I
Stupid rules.
like just the phrasing of this question. Why do you travel so far to suck?
You know what the worst part is when you go and you play this golf course,
I'm
right?
sorry.
Like you've been thinking about it all year, right? And you have it marked off on your calendar. You're like, fucking September 3rd, I'm playing Bandon. I'm playing Bethpage. And you go there and they're like the first 3 holes, you're like, I lost 4 balls. I'm 16 over par. I paid $600 to do this and I am going to kill myself. It's the worst feeling in the world. Yeah. I don't think there's another game that you pay so much and get so frustrated with.
It's expensive,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It's an expensive sport. I'm not a cheap little fucker, too. That's why I don't think that. If somebody would buy all this shit for me, maybe I'd do it.
You have all the shit.
No, I don't have cleats. I don't have like a shirt. This might be one of the nicest shirts I have.
You had a polo shirt on earlier.
That was for work.
You can
They
still
bought
wear it.
that for me. I didn't buy that shirt. They bought me 4.
All right.
Buy me a shirt. Buy me some
listen.
cleats.
Listen, I'm
Buy me
getting
the
shirts for
ticket.
free now. Maybe I'll get you
He's-
a kid's medium.
His channel is bigger than mine, obviously. He's getting merch.
I'm getting
Am I
a
allowed to
little
tell
bit.
anybody?
Oh yeah, the Inzer Golf merch. My first shirt should be here by September.
Oh. That's my birthday.
No, I ordered the shirt. I had this design, and I ordered it, and they were like, "Hey, it'll be here in a week." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is gonna be awesome." I looked at the shipping, and it's still in China 3 weeks later.
Ew.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I
no.
may never get it.
You might get smacked with some fees.
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I may never see this.
$700 shirt.
Yeah.
Still cheaper than golfing, though.
Right. So, but yeah, we got a couple little things coming out for the Open this year.
Okay. I didn't know if I was allowed to tell that.
Hoping
or
to
not.
have some Pittsburgh polos, Pittsburgh centered polos, and then some Yinzer Golf hats and shirts. So.
Dude, the ones with the black one with the bridges on it. That one looks sick.
Cool, right?
I like that one.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna get me one, get me that one.
Yeah.
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 Make sure it fits.
There's another one I'm trying to do with like it's gonna be like you've seen the shirts with little graphics like this, right? Like they're like real little and there's like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So I want to do
I own
like
a few,
like
yes.
a Primanti sandwich and like the incline and then the trolley and like
oh,
the
that
fountain,
would be sick.
right? Like all that, and it's just kind of all spread out. And then like
Yeah.
in the background, it's like a street map of Pittsburgh.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
50% opacity street map of
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
yeah. Keep
And
it in
then-
the mic.
And then and
God
then
damn
yeah, all those little like pictures.
Yeah. No, that's sick. Like some of them, they were really cool looking.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember the other one you showed me. I wasn't crazy about
No
that
sleep bridges.
one. Yeah. But
That was like
the
my
one with the
first one.
separate bridges. I think some of the bridges went together. I wasn't as crazy about that
No,
one.
that's good.
But do you want to talk more golf or you want to talk YouTube?
You can talk YouTube because we're in an hour now.
Okay. One last question. Golf.
Golf.
Do they play in the rain?
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. But lightning, done.
Correct.
Like any other sport. Okay, that's it.
No, the British Open is famous for the rain. So like they play, it's called the Open if you're real bougie. But they play in England, somewhere around the UK, and almost always the weather comes into play, and it's like windy and rainy, and that's like if you can beat the weather and beat your competitors, then you earn it a little bit more.
Not to go into it more, but never mind.
Okay. Good talk.
I did want to ask, like, wildlife on courses. You ever had a unique experience with a wildlife? Because,
Coyotes?
like, yeah?
Coyote's probably the craziest one.
What happened with a coyote?
There's just like coyotes on the course, like they're right there,
Yeah.
and they're just chilling because they're almost domesticated at that point. They're just
Yeah.
eating, like chips
That's
and
what
shit.
I've heard. They're
Yeah,
like
they don't care.
nature's puppy.
Yeah, I've had ducks come up to the golf cart. I've had birds try and steal like chips out of the cart. Squirrels for sure. Nothing crazy, like no bears or moose or anything like that.
Alligators in Florida.
Yeah, I haven't really. I've
they were
played
alligators,
in Florida
right?
a lot, but like not like it's never been an issue
Right? I feel like they're chill with people for some reason.
on the golf course. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
they're
it's just like the coyote. Like they
Yeah,
know.
like Happy Gilmore was
yeah,
full of
chill.
shit.
He did get his hand eaten off.
Wow, that's what I'm saying. I never seen that in real life.
True.
Do golfers taste funny?
Yeah, probably.
Ah,
You
they-
ever see that video?
they
The
look at the-
PGA guy that walks up and smacks it on his ass.
No.
Smacked a gator on his ass. Yeah, jumped right in.
They were probably looking at, like, if that dude wears pink pants, he's got to taste terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Terrible tasted pants, terrible taste. That's fair. That's fair.
I'm sorry. I think we covered most of them. So, I don't know how to... We both do the YouTube. You
Yeah.
longer than me. Significantly longer, I think, right? How
Right.
long you been doing the YouTube?
2 years. Yeah.
2 years? Okay. I've been since end of December.
6 months.
say.
4
So-
months. 5 months.
Yeah. So, you got a year and a half on me.
Still doesn't make sense.
We do so many videos and so many shorts, and like you work so hard on something, and YouTube will give it like 1 view. You were looking at my channel the other
I
day,
was laughing at that. Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, I put like each short like an hour, right? Like, okay, if you count watching for the
Yeah.
whole thing,
Yeah.
pull it out,
Right.
zoom it in, move it around, download it, put the words on it, download it again after it has the words on it, upload it to the page and schedule it to come out, and then do a thumbnail for that. If you're feeling frisky, you're a minimum an hour. And then YouTube goes
2
5.
views. Yeah.
5 views.
I don't understand. Like 5? Like you have more than 5 followers, subscribers. Like why wouldn't it at least show them?
Exactly. I'm like when it comes up with like 400, you're like, you gave it a shot. I
Right.
appreciate
You tried
it.
it. People didn't like it.
People-
They just Yeah.
But like,
Cool.
that's a kick in the shorts.
Yeah,
that I want to like
5.
take it down, and I want to go capture Mr. YouTube and stick it up his butthole.
Right.
I mean, they do give us an opportunity, and they'll let us post anything we want, almost. I guess. I don't know.
I mean, you could be a Nazi and just start.
It's true, but then you get like a little bubble down there. Now, probably even that you said it, I'm going to get a little bubble down there.
Nazi.
There are words we're not allowed to say.
Nazi is one of them?
I don't know. Not me. I'm saying YouTube would make them.
Yeah.
I'll turn that into a short. We'll see how well it does. Dude, you know what I noticed, though? Anytime I say, like, Google or...
Buttholes.
Yeah. Like Google or any of that, those just like...
Really?
Yeah, they're like AI reads it, like complaint department, and then Google, they're like, we're not doing that. Like, we're not even giving you a shot at it.
That's, I mean,
They just
they're
bury
protecting
it.
their own.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
have you had that where you've had ones like buried at all?
I've had stuff that I think is hilarious and doesn't go. YouTube, I feel like I never really get anything crazy. Like, YouTube's a consistent growth thing for me, right? So, like, it's been a couple hundred views in the beginning, and then it turns into maybe 50 more, and then 3 months down the road, it turns into 50 more, and then, you know, the next one I do is getting 1,000.
Yeah.
Shorts can be anywhere from 500 views to 20,000.
Yeah.
And there's no telling, other than like, okay, this one's really funny because it's quick and you can laugh at it. Like,
Yeah.
quick laugh is always going to be bigger than build-up laugh.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why when the Golf Dog stuff went viral, I was like, why? Right? Because
That
you
was
have
a
to
build-up laugh.
you have to deal with it for a second. You have to
Yeah.
like not laugh for a second, but it had a cute puppy in it. So like, you know, like there's a lot of stuff like the Masters video I just did.
Yeah.
I think that's hilarious, but it's a little bit of like builds upon itself, then it's funnier, then the end you're like, okay, that's funny. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
But it didn't. I barely got 1,000 views on YouTube.
Damn. It's funny because, like, too, like, you got 1 million, 10 million. What's Golf Dog up to?
The biggest one is like 5.7 million.
Yeah. But then, like, YouTube, $2,000.
Not even, yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah. Same thing with TikTok. I mean, it's not even 1,000.
what?
Yeah.
In the same format.
Same video.
Like, I got it because YouTube, but, like, you know, because of scrolling, it, like, just brings them up automatically. And, like, it just gives my videos to people that don't want to see them.
Right.
And I get it. But, like, I don't know. I don't understand.
It makes no
Because it's the
sense.
same
None of it makes
format
sense.
of the flippity floppity and like,
Well-
I do like it. Because do you go in to look at the analytics that are just overly depressing?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. And then they're like, you know,
YouTube analytics? Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, you know, it tells you if they swiped away or not.
After, like, what's the average view rate? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I make an 8-minute video and nobody watches it past 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes, I watched that. I like that.
And you're like, I should have gave up at 31 seconds.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. When we did a hour and a half podcast and they watched it first. It's like, dude, it's like that first cliff when they're like, yeah, boom, and you're like,
So,
what happened in the first 30 seconds?
I listen to all that shit and I get depressed about all that stuff and nobody watches this, nobody watches that. I went to the golf show this winter, right?
The golf show.
The Pittsburgh Golf Show. It's just like,
okay.
there's like it's like a traveling circus of like golf shows. And I went there and I'm by myself because Alicia was out of town and I just was like, I'm going to go walk around. So I'm walking around and this guy, he's drinking some beers. He comes up to me and he goes, dude, you're Yinzer Golf, right? And I'm like, yeah. So I was all stoked about it. I'm like, dude, this guy recognizes me. This is great. He's like, I watch all your videos. I got to tell my boys all about you. Like, oh, I love your videos, dude. We got to play sometime. And then the next words out of his mouth, man, you suck at putting. So I looked at him and I go, oh, you do watch all my videos. But it was cool, like, you know, all that bullshit about the analytics and all this, like, oh, this video didn't get that, this video didn't get this. But, like, the fact that some dude, like, watches it and laughs at my bad putting and, like, knows me well enough to, like, call me out of a crowd, like, I don't know, it's cool. It's a good feeling, right?
I had that happen one time with Guys Guide. And it was
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
And it, like, hasn't happened with this show yet other than people I know, obviously.
Yeah. Guys Guide was crazy.
Nobody I didn't know yet, so we'll have to work on it. but-
That you weren't there, but that one that Doug and I did, that not music, the video.
Yeah. The video contest where we won a backpack.
Yeah.
and the crowd
Film festival. Jesus.
Yes,
Yeah.
we got on a crowd
Crowd favorite.
favorite. Yeah.
Audience favorite. Yeah.
Which means we won.
We won. Yeah.
Like just because they didn't like it,
right.
but so 5 people.
We didn't win the Oscar, but we won the most money.
Yeah, like 5 people didn't like it,
Yeah,
but the 1,000 people that did come liked it.
Yeah.
So you're like, what?
Yeah. But like, it's the same thing. Like after that, like when people were coming up and like, oh, let me buy a beer. Your video was great. That was so much fun watching that. Like, that's why you do it, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like-
I was gonna that.
I don't do this just because I like it. I do it because like people enjoy that shit. I know what
That's
I
why
like.
I'm
I want to make shit that I like because I know people will like it.
Yes, I want to make what I like, and it may like maybe Jen didn't like we talked all this about golf, but I liked it. I thought it was generally interesting because I think to take somebody who knows nothing about golf
Yeah.
or very little about golf, and then bring them up to speed, they could watch this, or maybe they learned something today.
Right.
So, and the same thing is like you said there is almost what golf, right? It's like you miss, and then there's that one fucking time you hit
Yeah.
it from really far and it went in a fucking cup.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I love this game. I love this game.
I love you too.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it again. I'm gonna
Yeah.
make 10 videos a day.
Yeah.
It's a bit like dopamine, a little bit.
That's exactly what it is. Though.
Yeah. So in the spirit of things, did we want to go into some regular complaints, or did you have more about YouTube you wanted to pick about?
No,
That was
what
the
we
only only YouTube thing I really had about it. I mean, unless there's other experiences you had from YouTube, but it's a roller coaster.
YouTube is one of the harder ones, I think. Like my biggest gripe is with TikTok, I think. Like the fact that a video can go on Instagram and get almost 6 million views, and then the same video on TikTok can get 1,100.
Yeah.
It's just an algorithm deal, you know. It's just
It
different
is.
algorithms in different way that like the audiences watch stuff, right? Because I've noticed a lot of like the Instagram stuff, a lot of the views come from Facebook, and I feel like Facebook viewers will watch a little longer, whereas TikTok's like, you know, you almost need that like initial frame of
Dude, and you know what? When
You
I'm
know,
watching like
there's a titty.
Instagram, dude, if somebody on Instagram is like right in my face and goes, "You need to watch this," and like that's just instant.
personally, yeah,
Yeah,
That's-
personally,
that's
that's
just,
an instant swipe for me because
Right.
I'm like, it's just I feel like it's gonna be a gimmick where I'll somebody who's making like something that I can see and like, okay, I'll wait for you here, but like, oh man, those voiceovers too just drive me insane. Like the ones that like I see that you stole somebody else's content.
right.
I'm like, no. If you have a voiceover of your own content, that's fine. But you stole somebody else's, as I'm going to steal your content for the beginning of this. If you stole somebody else's content without their permission and you're a reaction video, right? Like, that's just terrible.
Yeah,
You know? And it's like, yeah, we did the video, but like I didn't, or the movie, but I didn't show the movie. I didn't steal
Right.
it. Like, that's
Right.
all our own original opinions. But like, they're showing that other dude's or girl's content, and then there's just this tiny little face in
Yeah.
the corner.
yeah,
You're like, what this is bullshit.
yeah. You're not creating anything.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything. Like,
But those people have like an audience, and it's just I don't know. Am I a millennial too much and not a Gen Z?
yeah,
Then?
probably.
Yeah, I don't know. But why I don't spread this around too? Like, it's not on Instagram, it's not on TikTok, it's not on even Spotify or anything because it's like, this is where I want it to grow
Yeah,
for now. Maybe eventually when I want to grow it bigger, then I have those to go into. But I feel it's going to be a different audience. This is the audience I want to capture right now.
all 10 of you.
All 65 of you. I'm one of the 65 though, so it's like
All 63 of you.
64. Or you're one of
I'm
them.
one of them. I might be 2 of them.
He might be Inzer Golf too, so we got 63. All right, 62. We're just counting down. Well, we appreciate all 62 of you.
All right. 2 quick complaints.
Two
And then we gotta
quick
end it, 'cause
complaints.
I'm out
Do you
of
want to
drink.
pick them from the list that we went over? I put your favorites at the top.
Oh
I
yeah,
think,
the
though.
airplane. The airplane.
Yeah.
The airplane seat.
So
Here's my gripe with the airplane seat though, because it's not the fact that I can only go back to it. It's the fact that you're encroaching on my territory.
Oh, wait,
2
wait,
inches.
wait. You got to intro it. They don't know what you're talking about.
They know what I'm talking about. When I say you're encroaching on my territory, you know I'm sitting on an airplane on an economy seat, and this motherfucker goes, eh. And like I know you're not more comfortable. I know you're not, right? You went from this to and that's it. You're not more comfortable. You're just you're making me less comfortable because my knees are already up against the seat.
Yeah.
And now I have no feeling in my lower extremities.
That's the thing about the airplane seat is like when you do it, how much more comfort are you getting compared to the uncomfortableness for the person behind you? That you want to push in that little button and go, fuck that guy.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like,
Here,
it's a whole new level of travel.
You know what I hate is when the stewardess comes up and she's like, you got to push that seat up. We're going to land. And you're like, oh, I didn't even know it was pushed at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm incredibly uncomfortable sitting forward. Oh, okay, there we go.
Do you think it should be like a roller coaster? Like they all go at once. When the airplane goes to take off, click, 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 click. Like dominoes. They go click, 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 click. And then when he's about to land, click, 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 click. It just wakes everybody up too. Like they don't even have to do it.
What's the longest flight you've ever been on?
5, 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when I went to California.
Yeah. That's like a walk in the park.
What is the longest flight you've ever been on?
14.
My God, that's more than a work day.
Yeah.
What are you
You
doing?
know the best part about it is? You can get drunk, go to sleep, wake up, get drunk again. Wake up, he's still haven't landed.
Oh my God. Dude, how do you not just want to jump out one of those little windows? I've always wondered,
do.
like, what people do. Like, they got to be bigger, right? Like, bigger planes.
No.
What
Some
do
of
you
them aren't. Like, yeah, if you're like in the little fucking Spirit thing, yeah, sure. But like,
yeah.
you know, I mean, I'm not spreading out. I don't have a bed, right? I'm still going back 2 inches. It's not anything, you know? It sucks. It sucks. Like, you get up and walk around. It's the only way. You have to.
Is there anywhere to go, or is it a normal plane?
It's a normal plane. There's like, you know, where
Just the
where
aisleway?
bathrooms are. Where the bathrooms are, it's a little bigger, right? So you go back, go to the bathroom, you go back, you stretch a little bit, you know, your little lunges, you know. But yeah, it's miserable. It's absolutely miserable.
That's why I never did it.
Yeah, it's awful.
Well, I never had
It's
anywhere
cool,
to go.
It's
But
cool going to like
so that was your New Zealand trip, wasn't it?
that news.
Tying the whole podcast together.
I don't think New Zealand. I think New Zealand was 12. New York to Beijing. I think it was 14.
New York to Beijing.
Yeah, I think that was 14.
You went to Beijing?
Yeah.
When?
When Chris was living in China,
Oh, okay.
I went and visited him.
Thanks for the invite.
I wouldn't
I
have
went.
missed my flight in Beijing. Did I tell you that? Missed my connection.
Why?
I spent the night in the Beijing airport.
That
Well,
seems sketchy.
We were delayed
Is it a
taking
nice
off.
place?
No,
I've never been to
I mean,
China.
it's cold as shit. But so we were late taking off, and
They don't have heat over there?
we get into the Beijing airport, and I'm going through like the customs and everything, and I look down at the clock, and my flight is taking off
Yeah.
as I'm going through customs. Like nothing I can do. There, I just missed it. Right.
Like
So-
some like liar liar Home Alone shit.
Yep. There it goes.
So
So
you see it through the window.
yeah, I'm just sitting there like, okay, now what do I do? So I go up to a desk and I'm like, hey, I missed my flight, and they're like, and I'm like, anybody speak English? So they have to go find the one English person that can speak English. And they're like, okay, where are you trying to go? I'm like, Chengdu, go with my brother. Cool. Next one's the next morning. So it's 10 o'clock at night. I got to figure out what I'm going to do. So I go look for a hotel in the airport. Everything's booked. So I find a nice bench, and I'm dressed in shorts and a t-shirt because I'm on a plane, right? And I have a coat, and that's what I slept in. And that night, it was November, and I'm just like shivering on this bench. Wake up, get on the plane, land. My bag didn't make it.
No kidding.
Yeah. So I have to find somebody else that speaks English in Chengdu, which is like, it's like going to Iowa. Right?
Oh my!
Yeah, it's like,
Iowa.
yeah, it's like
China.
trying to find somebody in Iowa that speaks Mandarin. So
They're everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't have my bag, and I got my brother's friend's mom to talk to this person on the phone. Like I was like connecting 2 phones together,
Oh God.
and figured out how to get my bags back. And they didn't come until the next morning at like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. I get a phone call from this Chinese guy, like talking, and I'm like, I don't know what this means. And it was somebody with my bags. I had to walk like 20 miles, fucking get my bags, and got my bags, and it was terrible.
I think that was on the Noah podcast where we
Yeah.
were like, yeah, you ever lose your bag on a, or maybe it was Amazon driver. You ever lose your bag on the airline, and then
Yeah.
you're expecting it to come tomorrow, and you expect like at least Spirit bus or
No.
something.
No, it's just
It
a
was
dude.
Just a dude
Yeah,
in
it's
a
just a
Ford
dude.
Focus.
Yeah.
Gave me my tripod back. Is what I had lost.
Yep.
And I was like, it was like Amazon drivers before they were Amazon drivers. You know who you are. As Amazon drivers.
Hey, gotta make a buck.
I've had my ways with them.
Gotta make a buck. All right, that's it. We gotta go.
No, we're not.
My family's here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, last thing.
Last one.
Toilet paper. Over the top or under the bottom?
Doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? It
You
does
wipe-
fucking matter.
You wipe your ass with it.
Oh my god, but and how you rip it.
Cheers.
We'll see you next time, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked it, give us a comment down below. We'll see you next
You
time.
didn't watch this far.
Yeah, you did.
Don't kid me.
They're all here. Doug's here.